Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. This is November 17th in 2012 and we are episode 15. I'd like to welcome back previous viewers and welcome any new viewers who have joined. Thank you for joining us. We hope you'll stay along for the ride. I am Crafty Knitter 7 and my first name is Sue.
And I'm Jaded Knitter, also known as Kari. And, or Kari, also known as Jaded Knitter. One of the
Either
two.
or, doesn't matter.
And you can find us on Blip, iTunes, and YouTube under Two Tangled Skeins, TWO, and also on Rav in our group under the same name, Two Tangled Skeins, and our blog where you can find all of the show notes and stuff, leave comments, you know, things like that, is twotangledskeins.wordpress.com.
Yay. So FOs, I can start if you want.
Sure.
Okay. FOs, I have wine bottle decoration by Anna Watts, who is Art by Anna on Ravelry, and it's basically wine bottle topper decoration. So you make a little hat and a scarf for wine bottles. I'm using a Coke bottle right now because that's all I have, but really cute, easy to knit.
That's all she has because she couldn't be bothered to go downstairs and get a wine bottle.
I was gonna, but hey, geez, thanks for calling me out on that on the air. Oh, paybacks are a bitch.
And that's you.
Yes. I used scrap yarn, and you use bigger needles than you would, and this was like fingering, I think fingering or...
No, that's worsted.
Oh, worsted. Oh, I was supposed to use smaller needles. Anyways, whatever. I used 4.5 needles, which is a US 7, and so it turned out really great. Nice little hat. It's cute.
It is cute.
I'm going to be making some more. And we have a cal going on in the group for that, and there's a coupon code, which I will mention later on in the show. Vanilla socks. So the colorful socks that I made for my daughter are done. You can see those. They're kind of a little bit stretched, but that's because she wore them. How dare her. This is made out of Sensations, Bamboo, and You. And they were knit on 2.75 millimeters, which is a US 2. And the third thing that I have is I went to DC last weekend and I hit a couple of the yarn stores. And the yarn store that I got the yarn, actually I'll show you the hat, I can put it on. So there's a little cabling pattern here, and it's basically, it took me 3 days to knit it, which is really good. So I'll just show that a little closer. I'm not sure if you can see the pattern. It'd probably go better in a plain yarn, but I wanted to knit it out of this, which I thought was really nice. And it is, this is part of my stash acquisitions, it is Dragonfly Fiber, and it's the Traveler yarn in the Springtime in Paris colorway, and I'm turning towards pinks recently. It was oranges not long ago, and now it's pinks, and I have people in the background smirking because it's so not me.
I have no idea who's been a bad influence on her. None whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know. And so I got it from Looped Yarn Works, which is in Washington, D.C. And this is their card. I will link it in the show notes. It was a really nice shop, very professional. I loved the way they had it set up. On one side of the room you had the bulkier yarns with a couch and chairs. The other was one side of the room. One side of the store, it was a room, so it was an old house. Then you walked through the middle where the doorway was the cache, and then on the back was a table and all the smaller weight yarns. So it was really cool. I really had fun in there buying stuffs. But yeah, so that's Springtime in Paris. It's knit on 3.75 millimeters, which is a US 5. And those are, I had 3 this week.
Well, that's also because we had 2 weeks, but...
Yes, that's, yeah. Need to have some progress in 2 weeks.
We both actually have FOs this week that aren't, you know, old ones.
No.
It's kind of novel.
Yeah.
Because we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay. My turn. Let's put these down and not pull the needles out. I did that before we started. I went to put my sock down, or I went to pick my sock up, and instead of pulling the spare needle out, I pull out one of the needles that's in there.
Sounds like something Lynn did just last night.
Shut up. I'm
Sorry.
brilliant like that.
Is that finished?
Well, this one's finished.
Oh, okay, because I had that in on the needles. But okay, sure.
We'll
Ad lib. Go for it.
We'll leave it until on the needles. So I have socks for Kit. Done. Done, done. And I finally remembered to, you know, actually dig into my bag and get the thing for it. It's from Unwind Yarn Company, and it's their Adventure Sock Base, which is 75% superwash and 25% nylon, and it's about 400 yards. And it was actually really nice. Oh, hey, cool. They suddenly are on sock blockers. Wonderful. It was actually really nice to work with, and I really liked it. The only thing I found with it is, and this was probably partially from how I knit, because I find this with a lot of yarns, it did split, so I had to be careful to make sure that I picked up all of the singles when I was going around. But like I said, I find that with a lot of yarns, so that is probably me more than anything else. Also, it doesn't help that I knit with super, super sharp, pointy needles. But yeah. Socks, done! Excellent!
Kid has the same foot size as me, just saying. Can I hand you yarn and get you to knit me socks?
I take bribes.
You may hit her with the sock blocker.
I take bribes.
Yep.
I'm not going to hit someone. I take bribes.
Okay. We'll remember that. Do you like them magically appearing?
Yes, I do.
Good.
And what else did I have done? That was, oh right, and I finished the Bellamits. What else did I finish? I finished the Bellamits, which I don't have because they were given to Sue's friend already. Hi MJ. So that is what they look like. The pattern is by Marielle Henault. And I knit this actually in black in Fritzgarn? Fritzgarn. I'm mispronouncing that.
That's...
and I think the pattern called, I don't remember if it was actually 5.5 or 5.
You didn't do what the pattern called for.
Yeah, I know. I either did it in an 8 or a US 8 or 9.
We have an 8.
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure if that's right.
I thought you said a 9, but anyways, it was an 8 or a 9.
It was an 8 or a 9. It's on my project page what I actually knit it with.
If it's on your project page, it was an... Oh no. It was a 9.
Yeah, because one of the 2 needles, I don't actually have that size. Yeah. I don't remember if it's the 8 or the 9 that I don't have, and I think it's actually the 8 that I don't have. Either way, they're done. They're gifted, and she really loves them. I will post pictures on my project page. I have to do that for a lot of things because I haven't gotten around to it. And do you want me to just keep going into... Okay. So, what I was picking up originally, the itty bitty teeny weeny mittens.
They're so cute.
I don't generally knit stuff for children because most of the kids I know are teenagers. But these are a traditional pattern from Newfoundland. They're literally called Newfoundland mittens. And they're something that my grandmother, who is, or was rather, a Newfie, half of my family from Newfoundland. Whole different...
That explains a lot.
Yeah, it does. The other half's from the back half in Nova Scotia. That explains even more.
And we've just offended a quarter of the country.
Yep.
Dude, I'm from there.
She's
I'm also
allowed.
related to it.
She's allowed. She's from there. It's all good.
Like I said, I'm related to most of them. Or a good portion of Nova Scotia anyways. But these are Newfoundland mittens, and they are 2 colors. So they are technically color work, but you're only working with 1 color at a time. And it's a rather ingenious little pattern, because I don't think it'll show up very well, but these...
Looks like honeycombs.
Yeah, all of the little bumps are honeycombs. They're indented. So it's almost double thick.
It's a slip stitch pattern.
Exactly, it's a slip stitch pattern. So they're great for winter because they don't get as packed with snow and they don't get wet as easily as regular mitts do. So they're great for little kids. I had these the whole time I was growing up.
And how old are the kids you're making them for?
This is for a 3-year-old, and I'm making a second pair out of a different color for a 5-year-old.
Boys, girls?
These are both girls.
Oh, nice.
And they are I believe they are the granddaughters of one of the women I work with.
Okay. Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah. She came up to
knitting.
me. Exactly. She came up to me and she's like, you know those mitts you made that you showed me, the ones with the colors and the stuff? I'm like, okay. Well, I only had shown her one pair of mittens, so I knew which one she was talking about. She's like, can you make those for little kids? I'm like, sure. So these are quick knits, because this is worsted weight. The black is Patton's Decor, and the blue and purple, that's the kind of the interior color that you can see, is Patton's Canadiana. And they're done on US 3.75s, which I will say, where to put
3.75 millimeters US 5.
Yes, 3.75 millimeters.
You didn't give me the pattern for it.
No, I know. There isn't really. If you look up Newfie Mittens, N-E-W-F-I-E, or Newfoundland Mitts on Ravelry, you will find a dozen patterns for these. This just happens to be the one my grandmother used. I have the pattern memorized.
That's cool.
And the blue came from my stash.
Yes. The two colors came from Lynn's stash. And then the other thing I have on the needles is my, these are Le Joie de Printemps, which I'm probably massacring as well.
Actually, you're not. You did a pretty good job.
Yay! Because my French is horrible. And these are colorwork mittens, which I started last week, and I'm actually up to, where is it? This little piece right here is actually the start of the thumb gusset. And that's the front, which you can't really tell much difference because all it's got is the cuff.
Does colorwork tend to be warmer as well, or not? It's just...
It does tend to be warmer because it is double layered.
Okay.
It tends to be double thick.
Okay.
And this is out of these two. This one is Handmaiden in Casbah, which is merino cashmere nylon. It's 81,910. And then this stuff is also made in Canada. It's from BC. And then the white, or actually cream, is Apple Lane Yarns. And it's their apple pie base in just a neutral color. And they're actually based out of Ontario. They're in Russell, which is very close.
That's like right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Does she sell out of her home? Or a website?
Website. It's Apple Lane Yarn, or sorry, just Apple Lane, LAINE.com. And we'll link it in the show notes. But yeah, so far both of these working up beautifully. I did have them on my signatures, but I switched them over to, I think these are, they're 2.25 millimeters, so US 1, and I think they're Highas. Actually, they have to be Highas because they're steel and I can knit with them.
Yeah, exactly.
And what else? Because, you know,
here?
I'm looking in my project bag trying to find my project, which was on the table. This is from Evie. Evie. I am having such a problem talking today. Evie Knits, who is actually doing a discount code for us, which we'll talk about at the end. And this is just going to be a cabled mitten, actually. And this is, it's her sock base, and it is wonderful and squishy. And it's a little hard to tell, I think, on the camera, but it's blues and greens and grays.
I can't remember the colorway name, but I'll ask her
Well,
what it is.
Because I am, once again, a very bad podcaster and forgot.
I actually think I have the business card somewhere, but you have the...
Yeah, I've got the tag.
So,
Which,
we'll
you know, you'd think I'd actually put inside of balls or something. And then just because I have it out, this came from, because squirrel! This came from Catherine from Zigzag Stitches, and that was the note with it, and it was this bag.
And Kari squeaked out loud.
And Kari squeaked out loud.
I wanted it, but she squeaked louder than given me.
It has squirrels.
I don't actually have my green bag here. Oh yes, I do.
And it's one of her pull tie bags.
Yep.
And it does have the nice little clasp on it.
Yeah.
The grommet. No, it's not a grommet.
No, not a grommet. It's, I don't know exactly what the real name is for them, but they're pull tabs to us.
Yeah. And when I first started using bags that had the pull tabs, I was kind of dubious about them. Because I'm like, it's going to get in the way, it's going to get caught, it's not going to work. No, that was just because I'd always been using cheap ones. It worked great. But yeah, it's really well made, and it's got a coordinating fabric on the inside, well seamed, and a good solid cord on it. So I really like it.
You want to show this one since we're doing the review?
Might as well. And then these are, or this rather, is one of her box bags, which has sheep. And this one's Sue's.
And you can fit a lot in there.
Yeah, it's also got the coordinating fabric on the inside, the coordinating zipper, a really nice handle on it, and the works. And then we're doing a giveaway of another one of the box bags, and this one is purple with peacocks.
Yeah, she basically sent 3 and said, fight amongst yourselves which one you want, and here's one to give away, so.
And I squeeded squirrel, so.
Yeah.
And the other one's green.
Yes, well then there's that.
But it was a toss-up, because I love purple too, and peacocks, but it's got, again, really nice coordinating fabric inside.
It's beautiful. She does really good work.
Yeah, heavy-duty zipper on it. It's well finished, and
she's from Sarnia?
She's from Sarnia, Ontario, so
yeah.
She's somewhat local.
Would you show the card?
It's
on the way to Chicago.
Yes.
It's local-ish.
It didn't take long for them to get here when she mailed them. It took like 2 days.
Yeah, so she's really quick at the... And her website is...
It's on there.
Where is it?
zigzagstitches.etsy.com.
zigzagstitches.etsy.com, which we will link. So we're doing the giveaway, and she also has a promo code for us. So we will give you details on what you're going to have to do to get this at the end of the show.
Yeah, because we'll start a thread, and it's going to be a 10% discount.
Squirrel.
Is that it?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
And if it isn't, well, it is now.
So what I'm knitting on is the Gusto pattern, which is a sweater pattern, which is this sweater pattern by Ann Budd. I'm knitting it in the SMC, what is it, Northern Wool with Tweed. So I got this off of Webs, and I really like knitting with it. I've got quite a bit done so far. There's the bug. Got quite a bit done so far. So I've got this done. And I did that on my trip to Chicago, so it's coming along quite well.
Washington.
Oh, did I say Chicago? Yes. Washington, D.C., sorry, I got stitches on the brain. It is knit out of, on 4.5 millimeters, which is a US 7. And, yeah, I think those are my knit picks. And what else do I have on the needles? Oh, my scarf. I have come a long way with my tube scarf, which is called The Warmest Scarf Ever by Glenna C. If I can get the bag open, I'd be okay.
And I didn't actually say who the...
oh, we'll finish that off. It's Bliss Carmen.
Yeah, the Joie de Printemps, the mitts, the colorwork mitts are by Bliss Carmen. And the pattern is available on Ravelry. And we will link it, because it's a really well written pattern.
It's this pattern here.
Yes.
Without giving too much away. And so back to my warmest scarf ever. It's growing. It's really, really long. And this stitch marker I have right here is basically my halfway point. So it's going to be 60 inches, and because I'm making it for my husband who wants to wear it while he's walking our dogs, and it gets quite cold here. And so the green that you see here is Ultra Alpaca, the multicolored is Punta Yarn, and the brown is Lustra. And I'm knitting this on 4.5 again, which is a US 7. And like I said, it's from Glenna C, but it's going to be so warm.
And floofy.
And floofy, and he likes it. And I'm actually using my Little Pockets bag, which we had a discount, which has expired, but if you want to go look her up, it's Lil Pockets, L-I-L, pockets.etsy.com, but she makes really nice bags as well. I have the drawstring, and she They're really well made, and it's pretty much reversible. So that is that. What else do I have on my needles? I have vanilla socks for my son, but literally they're baby socks at this point, and I'm stuck in my thing. Oh, sorry people, I'm stuck in my, what do you call this thing again?
The distaff.
It's a distaff. You basically put this on your wrist and you can walk around and knit, and so I got a tiny little bit done. These we got at Just Knitting in Carlton Place, our friend Kelly. So that's gonna take a little while to finish, and that's in another little pockets bag that I got in a swap. And that's pretty much it for me on the needles. And that was made out of Croy sock on 2.75 millimeters, which is a US 2. So on the wheel, oh boy.
Oh yeah, I've got the same stuff on the wheel that I've had for the last couple of weeks.
So basically it's still my show.
Yeah.
Let me just get out what I have. So, I I spun up some BFL. And I had one bobbin full, and I almost had the second bobbin full. And then I decided that, hey, I'm going to try plying by myself for the first time. And here's what I ended up with, which Kari calls art yarn, because I think that I spun it backwards? Or what would you call it? Again,
she plied it the same way that she spun the yarn.
which unspun it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's not bad. It's my first time. So I don't think any amount of thwacking is going to help this. But hey, got to start somewhere, right?
Cowl.
Yeah, cowl, something. I'm not sure how much
this
yardage
way.
I have.
It's better than my first attempt. My first attempt you will never see, because my first attempt might have possibly gone
In the garbage.
Yeah.
And then I used my trindle, which I don't have the balls on right now. Be quiet. So this is some green BFL that Kari gave me, so I'm using the trindle to try and get a finer yarn. It's working not bad. It's fun to use. I love my trindle. And then these are the little balls that go on it, and depending on what size of ball you have on it is the weight of yarn you can trindle.
Because the lighter the balls, the thinner the yarn you can do. Because the faster it spins.
Yeah, so that's all that's on, that I'm doing on the wheel. And next we have, stash acquisition?
Okay.
Excuse me.
You want to keep going, or should I pull something out?
That's up to you. Where are you at on your sock, or your mitt? Oh, go ahead.
Nope, that's dog food. Because, you know, I come over with a basket.
Don't let Lynn touch it.
Yeah, I know, it's still in the bag.
Okay.
So
Because
why
Lynn
don't
is
you
allergic
talk?
to alpaca. I will talk. Stash acquisitions. I got me some squishy merino from Knitty and Color. That's her card there, and it is superwash merino, and it's called Bloodlust, and it's 4 ounces of absolute, oh my lord, it's soft. It's amazing. Sarah, who runs that shop, is, we met her at Stitches, and yeah, this is just
dude, not food.
unbelievable squishy.
Sorry,
Another
my dog
yarn.
just tried to run away with the skein.
Another store that I went to is called a Tangled Skein, which was in Hyattsville, Maryland, which is just outside of Greenbelt, close to Washington, D.C. And that's the card there. Hopefully you can see it. And what I got there is, I was hoping to knit socks out of this for Tyler, my son, and it's Dream. There's smushy sock weight, and it's called Deep Sea Flower, and it's this gorgeous blue. And so, not realizing when I brought it that there's no nylon in it, so it's not going to make socks. Hence the reason I'm knitting him some socks out of Croy.
It would make socks, except for the fact that he's planning on using these inside of his winter skates.
Yes, and so I need something a little more durable, and I'm going to do a slip stitch heel and all that stuff.
And he's a 14-year-old boy.
Exactly. I also got something from that store called Wandering Wool, and it is in their Rock Creek colorway, and so that's www.wanderingwool.com. So this is beautiful yellows and kind of burnt oranges, because I'm doing that still, you know. I got that, and I think, yeah, because the other yarn I showed was the Dragonfly Fibers, which was from the other store, But that's a good segue for you to show your yarn because it came from a Tangled Skein too.
Oh, okay.
And I literally walked around with it in my arms for like, I don't know how long, until I found Lynn's. Is it good? Do I need to move over?
Dude, you're sitting on my yarn.
Oh.
There we
Yeah,
go.
we'll just, you know.
Sorry, I have to make room for the pug. And I have, it is from Mountaintop, is it Mountaintop Yarns?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And it is Veil, and it's alpaca, and it's so soft, and it's in this lovely, lovely dove gray. And it's, I'd say, probably a sock weight. It's definitely not sock wool.
They had other colors, but that one just screamed Kari.
Yeah, and so squishy.
How many yards is it?
This is, I think they're 200 each. 236 each.
Okay, so that should, you got two. That should make you something
Oh,
not
yeah.
bad.
Squishy. I'm just going to put this away so it doesn't get on any of Lynn's stuff. And then what she got from, and this is Volan?
Volan Studio.
Yeah, Volan Studios. And what is it in? Where is it? This is also a sock, but it doesn't have. Name of the yarn is Here Comes the Sun, but it doesn't say what it is. It's definitely their sock base, and it's superwash merino, and lovely and squishy, and yellow.
And mine.
And Lynn's. Just saying. She's just saying.
Because you've never been known to steal sock yarn.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Do you know what she did to me? Oh, I have to tell this story. Because Crystal will be on the other end of the camera.
By the way,
watching.
Crystal, if you
Let me
don't
finish
want to
my
give her
story.
yarns,
No, stop.
you,
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
So we're sitting at Bridgehead, me, Crystal, and Kari, and I'm showing Kari this. And then I go to leave, and I can't find it. And man, did she use one of the best poker faces she has ever used with me. Because even Crystal was worried, where did the yarn go? Looking on the floor, moving my stuff around, and finally, Kari smirked. That's all it took. I knew it was in her bag. Then she started pulling out the patents, Canadiana, and the other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, give me my yarn. So I got my yarn back.
Yeah,
Crystal, I
I knew
figured
I
Crystal
should have
would
gotten up
appreciate
and
it.
left earlier.
Yeah. And Crystal, you're holding hostage yarn for me, and hopefully this will be a longer episode so I can have me my yarn that you got from Three Irish Girls.
Like I said, if you don't want to give it to
It
her,
happens to be orange.
I don't care.
I'm just saying, it happens to be orange. So, yeah.
I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm. I know you are. So, other things?
Have we found a color yet that she's not good with?
No, I don't think so. She's a
No.
yarn whore. She'll take anything.
Yeah, I will.
Including my patents Canadiana.
Exactly. So other things.
Other things. Stitch markers.
Oh, yes. I have stitch markers, and I have a shop on Etsy. And it's handmade cards and more. And I will link it in the show notes. You can find me. It's Sgate7 is my shop name. Shop, whatever you call me. And so the middle ones are the dangly ones with crystals, and the ones on either side are just round stitch markers with
They're
beads.
the tangle-free stitch markers
Yes.
with beads
Beads.
on them.
So I
Those are
make
not
those, so I'll
working.
be linking that, and I'm going to do a 10% off coupon code, and it will be good till the end of this year, which is December 31st.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just pimping my shop. So this show is brought to you by me.
And, well, yes, it is.
It is your house.
In another way. Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind.
And I guess since we're doing stitch markers,
You
'cause
couldn't. You didn't show them last
I
time.
didn't show them last time, and I meant to. These are actually, they are stitch markers. I just have them on earrings right now. These are from my swap partner from the Pug Lovers group,
Oh, they're so
Kate, and they're little pug heads. One is her pug Gromit, and one's mine Gadget. This is Gadget.
Is it written on the back?
Yep, it's actually written on the back who's who.
That's awesome.
And I have them. I'm a little bit of a jewelry whore as well.
She's a whore in many ways, just not that way. What? I'm getting you back.
Okay.
And I'm leaving the room.
H-O-A-R, total different meaning to the word whore, okay? And she's gonna squeal.
No, I'm not. But yeah, I have, these are basically just hoops
Don't
that
you
you can
dare.
put anything on. Don't poke the Kari. There will be no poking
No,
the Kari
I wasn't
on
actually
camera.
going to.
I protected you.
From way over there.
Yes, from way over here.
No, it's more likely that she was aiding and abetting.
No, not this time.
Yeah. So the
That was
zigzag
last night.
stitches, the bag, there's going to be a discount code, and it will be. Oh, I didn't write it down. Okay, no problem. I'll link it. We'll actually start a thread, and the discount code will be in there. And then, do we want people to go on the site and tell us what they like?
Yes. Yes, we do.
We need, we have a bag to give away. So go on the site, tell us which bags you like and why. And even tell us, something else. I don't know what. Make it a little more. What you use your bags for the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you use your project bags for the most? Do you like the bigger ones, the smaller ones? Like, just a little.
Or more to the point, what would you use this one for?
Well, exactly.
Because it's pretty,
Mhm.
and it's,
Yeah, and we'll do a draw next week for that. So that'll close on Saturday before we record.
Yep.
We still have a Slip Stitch Studio coupon good until December 1st, and it is 2 at the number 2 Tangled Skeins. It will give you 10% off. Go check out her bags. They're really nice. They're really well made, and we're supporting her in that.
This is one of the Slip Stitch Studio ones.
Yeah, it's
This
really
is
nice.
mine, which has my even star in it, and I'm tangled in yarn. And again, it has the pole with the dangly bits and whatnot.
Yeah, and the thing with Slip Stitch Studios is you don't have to have that pull tab. You can choose to have one put on or not have one. She has a couple options there where you can choose things. And,
But- Squirrel!
yes,
Because, seriously.
yes, we love your bags, Catherine. The bottle topper pattern Cal that we have going on in the group. It's a free pattern, and if you put in capital letters TTS from TTS, it's good until November 30th. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure that's the date that she said. And the Evie Knits yarn, the 2 Tangled Skeins, 10 is your discount until December 1st, midnight, so you can go on to her site. We will link that.
So this is the Evie Knit stuff, which
Yeah.
is knitting up wonderfully.
Mm-hmm.
And
You got quite a bit going there.
yeah, this is the cuff, so it's a wonderful, nice, squishy, stretchy.
Is it splitty at all?
No,
No.
it actually, this one is very tightly knit, or tightly wound, spun, whatever.
Wound, but she buys her yarn and dyes it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the base that she's using is really good,
Yeah,
and she has a couple different bases in her shop.
and they're all really nice.
Yeah. So 2 Tangled Skeins, 10 all in caps, will give you 10% off until December 1st. And the holiday swap is well on its way, so I hope you're stalking your partner. We had about 10,
Yep.
I think, this time
I think
around,
so.
which is a nice number. And the due dates to be shipped out is December 1st. So I will be PMing everybody in the group to see where you're at, how's it going, have you shipped, do you think you're going to ship on time, just to make sure everything goes well. And yeah, that's pretty much, I think, all I have.
Yep. The only other thing is we are currently talking with Sarah from
Oh, yes. This
Knitting in
Sarah.
Color. And we had posted a poll in the group a while ago about doing a cowl with some of her fiber and yarn, and we're actually doing one with both.
Yep, we figured that part out.
Yep. So we're working with her just to get the dates down and colors and whatnot. It will be ordering will be in the new year most likely, so probably in January. For shipping likely in February, but those are not hard firm dates yet.
Not yet. We're still in discussions with her.
And then we'll have knit along / spin along up for it.
Yeah, so we'll give plenty of time for those who have to spin, and then those who are knitting. Well, you'll just get extra time because you have the yarn.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll figure out something nice. Are we going to do a poll for patterns, or give
We'll
to
figure
auctions.
that out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. So yeah, that's it for today.
Yep.
Yep. Bye.
Anything to add?
This is not my shop.
All right. Bye.
I just work here.